Welcome along to NUFC Matters. It is Rock and Rob's album review. How are you, Rob?
Excellent, Steve. How are you?
Very good, mate. Good to see you as always. And
good.
A little album from a local lad today.
You say local, but he's from Glasgow.
He's local to us. We adopted him, mate.
That's right, Blythe. I think he stayed in Blythe. Yeah, that's true. That's correct.
What have you got for us today?
Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms, absolutely beautiful. Do you know that?
Classic, absolute classic, mate.
What I will say firstly is, I've done a bit of research on this. This is the first print issue of it, and I've been listening to it for the last hour, and it's the best produced album I've got in my whole collection. Absolutely stunning. The recording, the mix on it is absolutely amazing. So this is the first press. It's not a reissue, but so yeah, it's Brothers in Arms, Dire Straits, as you say. Mark Knopfler, local hero from Blythe, born in Glasgow. He opened Shearer's Bar as well. Did you know that?
Yes, I was there.
Were you? He done Local Hero, and I wondered why that's played Local Hero before, but seemingly it's just such an emotional, passionate song, which to me brings the fan base at Newcastle United, together, that passion, that emotion. So yeah, it makes sense. I always wondered why it was played, but there you go. So this was 1985. Now I'm just going to tell you a little story. I remember the day I bought this. My granddad had a red Ford Sierra. We booked a cottage down Cucuberryshire and came back up the road. I bought this in a place called Castle Douglas, came up the road, and that night Live Aid was on. So it was like, Mum, can I stay up late tonight? So I'll never forget watching it. The time we came back up the road, and obviously Dire Straits were on it with Sting as well, another local lad from Gateshead as well. And recently I just watched the Police doing a concert at the International Stadium, 1981. It's really, really good. It's on YouTube. So yeah, this is the first album ever to sell over 1 million CD sales, UK. First album to ever be recorded digitally on a 24-track Sony tape machine. Now, from this as well, it had 5 singles on it. I didn't realise that. That's a lot. That's like the side of an LP. So you've got So Far Away, Money for Nothing, Brothers in Arms, A Walk of Life, Your Latest Tricks. Over 30 million sales worldwide, and it's the top 8th album in the world. I didn't realise that. But I've had this since 1985. I actually shed a tear to 2 of the songs about 20 minutes ago. Honestly, I did. Amazing album. It just hit me. Now that you're older and you've lived life and you go back and what songs mean to you. So you've got So Far Away. It's opening up. It's beautiful. It's just like slide guitar. It's atmospheric keyboards. It's just a brilliant mid-tempo song. It's sad, happy, emotional, but a mid-tempo. Again, it's got Mark Knopfler's signature guitar sound, a beautiful organ playing in the background. I think that holds the song together. Very catchy, but it's what a song to open with. Then you've got Money for Nothing. Now, Sting opened this one. I Want My MTV. Sting was on holiday where Dire Straits were recording the album. It says, look, do you want me to help in? Do you want me to jump in and give you a hand with this album? So he did. The song's about rock excess. Again, brilliant build up to this one. The drum intro. It's like a jam session at the intro. It's got keyboards. It goes into a big manic mass. It just stops, and then Mark comes in with the guitar. Song kicks in. But the song, I'm not sure if it was the first ever song on MTV. I'm not too sure, not 100%. But it's actually about when Mark Knopfler was in a warehouse, and there was these 2 guys sitting, complaining about their jobs, their feet up on the desks, delivery drivers, watching MTV and moaning about their jobs. So that's where it comes from. Money for nothing, your chicks are free, I want my MTV. So it's just about a couple of delivery guys moaning about how difficult the jobs were while they're watching MTV with their feet up on the desks. But yeah, like I say, Sting was on holiday, offered to help with the song. I think everybody will know the song, Money for Nothing. Amazing song, really, really good song, strong song. Next song, I find a very awkward song called The Walk of Life. It only ever seems to get played at discos, weddings, that sort of thing. And I think, try and picture yourself dancing to it, whoever's watching this just now, and then delete that thought It's so tricky to dance to. It's a good song. It's a good pop song. Like I say, it's usually played at weddings. It's the fourth single from this album. It's a song about buskers in central London, funnily enough. So a great greatest
Rob,
trick. This is the one I shed a tear, I have to say. It's got that same feel and emotion like Jerry Rafferty's Baker Street has. It's got the sax and it's absolutely beautiful. I really can't say it strongly enough. So I'm going to get Sharon up to my room and let her hear it. Great song. Raw, it's emotional, it's powerful. Saxophone, it's amazing. Like I say, it's like Jerry Rafferty's Baker Street. Rimshot drumming on this is really, really great. The flawless guitar from Mark. It's about somebody that's basically keeps making the same mistakes over and over again. It's an elegant song. It's really raw. It's very emotional. So then you've got Why Worry. It's a bit like a lullaby, that intro, quite poetic, but comforting the loved one. Beautifully sung, depth and passion. The harmonies in this are really, really good as well. Really good song. So your latest track, Why Worry, very emotional. Ride Across the River. This reminded me of a police song called Wrapped Around Your Finger, which is my favourite police song. It's a war song about a soldier new to war and another soldier that's a veteran. Basically about war, just rips love apart. Trust, there's no love in war. So that's what that's about. And a few songs in this were based around the Falklands that happened round about this time. So I remember it clearly. It was quite a worrying time. Then you've got The Man's Too Strong. This is quite like a folk song. A good slide guitar. It's about an ancient soldier, a war criminal. Great mid-late section, really haunting, quite an eerie song. Cold song, but it's got a bit of a western twang to it, but it's an atmospheric, sort of like a folk ballady type song. Again, it fits in great with the album. Got One World, not too keen on this, it's more of a filler. It's a standard rock song, I'd say, but the bass slap, if you like to say Flea from Chili Peppers or Mark King Level 42, it's that sort of feel about it. It's really, really good. I love the bass playing on it, I must admit. It's a good feel about it. It's just not my favourite. It's a bit too funky poppy because I think the rest of the songs are very emotional, take you to a place in history. Then you've got Brothers in Arms. What can I say about this? Try Not to Cry. If you listen to it, now we're all older. Now we're not 15s and stuff like that. It's so powerful. Raw, emotional, synth intro again. This is a song about the Falklands, how love and trust gets ripped apart again during war. Brilliant video to it. It's like, remember Aha, Take On Me? You had the sketches, bit like that, done in black and white. Absolutely stunning, classic rock song, Brothers in Arms. It's absolutely amazing. And like I say as well, the Mark opened Shearer's Bar with this. He was born in Glasgow and he was brought up in Blyth, and I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. I've not heard this since late 1985, and I've played it about 4 or 5 times during the week, and I've 100% the best recorded album I have in my whole collection, better than any of the audiophile stuff, the 180 grams. It's absolutely sublime. And again, like I say, I think they're quite clever. There's a lot of people back then were buying 7-inch singles, but to have 5 singles off an LP was probably quite a bit of a rarity as well. So that's my review. And I would also like to say this is the last time I'll be in my music room upstairs, because I've been looking back and the quality's not been that great. So I'll be down in the lounge from next week for get a better quality picture. So next week. So yeah, that's my review for this week, Steve.
Brilliant, iconic album, iconic cover as well. I mean, that, and I bet the sale in those guitars went through the roof. I mean, not everyone can play it quite like Mark Knopfler. It has to be said, but just a very simple cover. But it's a great album, and you know, the stats that you read out at the start are no surprise. And I think it was the album that I remember it being on the news that this is the album that everybody has a copy of in the house. I mean, you know, this was a vinyl, of course, when it came out. So, you know, everybody had a copy of it. And I think the next album after that, I think that I heard on the news discussed in that kind of similar vein was Simply Red's album. I think, you know, Star, where it had various songs on, such as Stars, etc. You know, that was probably the next one that everybody had a copy of. So, yeah, very rare you get albums like that, but absolute classic. That really enjoyed that review, Rob. Cheers, mate.
If you have this one, the original one, if you go into, I'll not say the company's name, £285. This is going for the first one, 1985. It's got the hype sticker as well. Like you say, back then, I mean, I remember I bought it on cassette as well and the vinyl, but a lot of people then started playing records, CDs started kicking in and that sort of thing, or you bought a tape because it's all you could afford. But it was the CD sales that went through the roof. So the vinyl was the lesser of the sales. But if you go on, there's a Adu Discogs, it's called. It tells you your lowest, what they went for, and the highest, what you went for. But it's honestly, see for production, the final mix on this, like I say, it was the first one done on a Sony 24-track digital, first album ever to be done on that. And you can tell it's absolutely can't fault it. Apart from Walk of Life, which is an awkward dance song, but apart from that, it's absolutely tip top. Great album.
Rob, as always, mate, thanks for a great review. Look forward to the one next week. Take care, pal.
Okay, Steve. Cheers now. Bye.
A big thanks to all our sponsors, Skips and Bins. You can find them at skipsandbins.com or telephone 0800 25 45 25 3. Email inquiries at skipsandbins.com. Website skipsandbins.com. Easy contract free and pay-as-you-go waste collection. Big thanks to Mr. Vicky's Sauces Handmade in Cumbria. You can order them from their website, mrvickys.co.uk, or by telephoning 01768 210 102. A big thanks also to New Workwear. You can find them at newworkwear.com. They're an agile and dedicated workwear provider. Welcome back as well to United Travel. They are a UK coaches firm and they are based in the Northeast. They've got 2024 tours and you can contact them on 01670 632 460 or mobile 0791 666 4174. Email info@unitedgrouptravel.com and they've got a website which is unitedgrouptravel.com. There's no strangers on their tours, just people you haven't met yet. Big thanks to them for their sponsorship. Big thanks as well to Media Arts, and they supply all the video technology. If you want to become a member and get a cup, a pen, a membership card, and a scarf, then get your smartphone and put it over this QR code. It will take you straight to the membership pack. It's a £25 one-off fee. You can also go to NUFC Matters website and search membership pack to book today. If you want to help the channel, then subscribe to it by hitting the subscribe button. Hit the thumb up under the video to like the video and click share to share to your other social media. We're also available as a podcast on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast providers. Don't forget, we help the food bank on this channel. If you want to do so virtually, go to nufcfansfoodbank.co.uk and make a donation today. The Alan Shearer raffle is back on. 150 tickets, £1 a ticket, win a limited edition signed Alan Shearer ball. Enter today at nufcmatters.com.
We still do 7 NUFC Matters show a week for free. But if you want to help support NUFC Matters, then there are a few ways of doing it. Hit the like button on each live broadcast and video. This helps the channel grow. Hit the subscribe button and select the all notifications bell so you don't miss a single show. If you want to help us financially, then you can join the channel using this button with the membership starting at $1.99 a month. Or you can drop us a donation in the chat using a super sticker. We're also looking for sponsors. If you'd like your brand advertised on the flyers for the show and featured during the ad break, then email john@nufcmatters.com to arrange today.